Welcome to Drunk Bible Study. This show's mission is to read every single word of the greatest story ever told. A warning to our listeners, the hosts of this show are sinners, but they're doing their best. There will be drinking and there may be some swears. They did say they'd try to keep it clean, but I wouldn't put my money on it.
I'm Emily, and you're listening to Drunk Bible Study. Together with my good friends Jason Dedeker, we drink to numb the pain of yet another bonkers section of the Bible. So Jason Dedeker, what's your poison today? Rather, how are y'all doing today?
Wow, I'm doing great today. We are doing our first live show on a new platform, Get Vocal. So we're live streaming today to YouTube and Twitter and Facebook, and we're able to interact with our audience here in the Get Vocal chat, which is super exciting because honestly, now that we've been doing this, I'm kind of like, why have we been doing this show on our own for so long? It's great to have other people to drink along with us and crack some jokes and have a good time.
Yes, it is.
In answer to your question about what my poison is today, I'm drinking a Space Dust IPA because I'm in Seattle, so I'm trying to do some local beers up here, yeah.
I love that IPA. It's really, really good. Dedeker, do you have yet another hot wine on you?
Oh, no, it's not a hot wine. This is a Mornington Peninsula Pinot Noir, local to Australia.
Wow.
A very good wine to be drinking at 10 a.m., if I must say so myself.
And I am not drinking a local anything. I'm having some Nagori sake because I had ramen delivered yesterday, and I had to have sake with it. And so, yeah,
that sounds really nice.
It was really good. It was some beautiful vegan ramen. So thank you.
Yeah.
To
Lovely.
the wonderful delivery people out there, and thanks for this awesome sake. So all right. Well, what did we talk about last time? And Samuel.
I was just going to ask you that.
Well, okay, yes, we just were talking about this a little bit. So I know that poor Eli, died by falling backwards off of a chair and breaking his neck. It was really tragic. And then the Philistines. What did the Philistines steal the ark? They stole the ark, and then a bunch of stuff happened. It was real bad, and a bunch of people had tumors and rats encased in gold sent to them. And then,
hang on, hold on,
mixing
slow
up
down.
the story a little.
Slow down.
Okay. I mean,
slow down.
What was it? So, I know that there were tumors and rats. I'm not quite sure what happened with them. They were in gold, but then also people were dying because the ark was like going around to these different tribes, and the ark is radioactive, and so it was killing people. The end. And then they got it back, and that's it.
It's like Emily took all the elements of the story that happened and like threw them in a bag and shook them all up and pulled them out in a random order and made a story.
It was like
a
well-blended smoothie version of what we read last time.
There you go. Yeah, that's essentially what happened. Yeah, and I know that Eli, like all of his descendants, are not going to be alive anymore. And I know that Samuel ruled.
We saw them die.
Yeah. And Samuel's like going to judge. He judged for 40 years, and it seemed like the ending, and it wasn't the ending.
Yeah, because now we're the story keeps on going. It keeps on keeping on.
It's going to keep on going. Cool.
Mm-hmm. So what is it exactly that we're reading today?
Right. So today we have 5 chapters. We're reading Samuel
That's a ton.
8 through 12. Yes, we've never done 5 chapters in one episode. Now, granted, they are a little bit on the shorter side, but not so much so. I do think that's going to be a little bit long, so maybe we should try to keep the bull poop to minimum on this episode.
Cool. Okay.
We'll see.
This sounds good. We'll try to do that. We'll see how that goes.
We've been really good about that in the past, so I'm not worried at all.
Yeah,
definitely not worried. All right, as we get started, we want to remind everybody to read responsibly and drink responsibly.
You can drink along with us, or you can listen to us while you're in the car.
But please do not do both at the same time. And with that, we are going into 1 Samuel chapter 8. happened when Samuel was old that he made his sons judge over Israel. What? Now he's already old? I swear, like, we have 2 freaking whole books left in Samuel's name, and he's already old. Okay. So he made his sons judge over Israel. Now the name of his firstborn was Joel, and the name of his second, Abijah, and they were judges in Beersheba. His sons didn't walk in his ways. They didn't walk this way, but they walked that way. But turned aside after Lucre? What is that? Lucre? Lucre?
Turn aside after lucre. I think that's the base of lucrative.
Okay.
Oh, like
cool.
they were just trying to get money?
They're just trying to get money.
Yeah, it says they took bribes and they perverted justice.
Stephanie says dishonest gain is what it means. This is
I
great.
see.
I don't have to look stuff up because people will just tell us.
People actually already know, which is, really amazing. I'm glad that somebody knows because I certainly don't. Then all the elders of Israel gathered themselves together and came to Samuel to Ramah. And they said to him, "Behold, you are old and your sons don't walk in your ways. Now make us a king to judge us like all the nations." But the thing displeased Samuel when they said, "Give us a king to judge us." Samuel prayed to Yahweh. Yahweh said to Samuel, "Listen to the voice of the people and all that they tell you, for they have not rejected you, but they have rejected me." Of
what
course
you're
they
saying
have.
is, what Yahweh said was, "Do you hear the people singing the songs of kingless men?" Anyway,
That's true.
Sorry, go on.
They
It's like
certainly
the
have.
opposite of Les Mis, where it's like, we want an oppressive regime.
Pro-monarchy, yeah.
We deserve an oppressive regime. Give it to us.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. So Yahweh's basically saying they've rejected me, that I should not be king over them. So is he upset because the people want a king? They're not just like okay with Yahweh being the king forever or something?
It is unclear. Someone's pointing out maybe this whole judge situation isn't working out and we need something a little more authoritative.
Yeah, because Eli was a judge and we all saw how well that went. And he died
Right. He's like, Yahweh needs like a human counterpart who has more authoritative power and the ability to actually chop off people's heads if they don't follow his command. The whole judge situation. Yeah, like people were pointing out, maybe it was less effective than Yahweh wished it to be.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, got it.
Okay, so according to all the works which they have done since the day that I brought them out of Egypt, even to this day, and that they have forsaken me and served other gods, so do they also to you. All right. Now,
okay. Yeah. So it's the same usual Yahweh thing, right? Of like, these people
he's like,
have not been living up to my
them.
expectations. Yeah,
They're the worst. We should kill them all. Cool. Now,
Yeah.
therefore, listen to their voice. However, you shall protest solemnly to them, and shall show them in the manner of the king who shall reign over them. Samuel told all the words of Yahweh to the people who asked of him a king. He said, "This will be the manner of the king who shall reign over you. He will take your sons and appoint them to him for his chariots of fire, and to be his..." I'm kidding. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Wait, that wasn't even about chariots, right? It was just about running.
Oh my goodness. Did you think that was there any portion of your brain that thought that film was maybe actually about chariots?
No, I was conflating it with Ben-Hur for some reason.
It's
I was
mistake.
thinking about chariots.
Common mistake.
But it wasn't at all. We're
I love
going
it.
on. Okay, sorry.
So,
Because Ben, what?
Actually, I am curious about what the actual Bible is saying now. So Samuel went and talked to Yahweh, and then Samuel comes back to those dudes.
Yeah, and he's
and like, let me just paint a picture
Yes.
for you of what having a king is like. He's going to conscript your children to work on his chariots and like be in his armies. You guys get
and
that,
be his
right? Like,
horsemen.
he's trying to explain like, hey, do you realize what's involved in having a king, right?
And they're
I
like,
feel
yeah,
that's what's going
we
on
can't
here.
wait for that. We want that so badly, or something. So yeah, he's going to be his chariots and to be his horsemen, and they shall run before his chariots, and he will appoint them to him for captains of thousands and captains of 50s. and he will set some to plow his ground and then reap his harvest, and to make him his instruments of war and the instruments of his chariots. He will take your daughters to be perfumers and to be cooks and to be bakers.
I mean, I'm kind of into that.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, that's interesting.
I'm like, this is, some actual career work for ladies.
No,
like,
I know.
Heck yes.
Exactly.
I mean, a perfumer or a baker sounds like some upward mobility to me.
Yeah, exactly. They're not just going to be like tending to the home and stuff and all that jazz. He will take your fields and your vineyards and your olive groves, even the best of them, and give them to his servants. He will take the 10th of your seed and of your vineyards and give them to his officers and to his servants. He will take your men servants and your maid servants and their best young man and your donkeys and put them to his work. He will take the 10th of your flocks, and you shall be his servants. You shall cry out in the day because of your king whom you shall have chosen you, and Yahweh will not answer you in that day.
Wow, he's really trying to put them off the king thing.
Yeah, he really is.
Do you think that this comes from, couple things, 2 theories that I'm generating. Is it more of Samuel being a little bit selfish and kind of wanting to hang on to power for himself as a judge and for his sons or
but
whatever?
He's old now.
Like, yes, but still, that doesn't preclude people from wanting to hang on to power. Is it that? Or second theory, is it that we're putting this down almost kind of like a waiver to be like, you consented to all of these things, so when they happen, you're not allowed to complain because look, we have it on record. Samuel told all y'all that this might happen if you have a king. So
no bitching and moaning.
No bitching and moaning. No revolutions.
Right.
Like,
this is
you signed up
the
for
terms
this.
of service that everyone just scrolls through and they're like, yeah.
They're like, yeah, no, we don't care. We just want a king. And then we all complain about not having privacy. And it's like, well.
Interesting. Right. Okay.
So I glanced over at the Message translation of this, and it's pretty wonderful. Let me try to find this section I really liked. So the whole thing about him making you work on his chariots and stuff like that. And then he'll put your daughters to work as beauticians and waitresses and cooks.
Well, okay, I just
wait a minute. I want to think of like the biblical time beautician, like what that entailed, and also like the biblical time waitress.
I'm just like, yes, they got a job. Like that's great, unless it's like he's going to conscript your daughters into like slavery. Well, being a slave beautician or a slave waitress.
Let me read the next line. The next line. He'll conscript your best fields, vineyards, and orchards and hand them over to his special friends. So it is kind of more about he's just going to take advantage of all these things.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that he said his best men, like his best servant men, but maybe that's what they are. They're special friends.
Special friends.
We know what that means. Yeah, special friends.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay. I'm almost done with this chapter. So, he was telling them all this stuff, and then apparently, but the people refused to listen to the voice of Samuel, of course. And they said, no, but we will have a king over us, that we also may be like all the nations, and that our king may judge us and go out before us and fight our battles. Samuel heard all the words.
It's keeping up with the Joneses kind of situation. Okay. They have a king. Right. We got to have a king. Okay.
We have to be a real nation and have a king. So Samuel heard all the words of the people, and he rehearsed them in the ears of Yahweh. That's an interesting thing to say. He rehearsed them in the ears of Yahweh. Right. Yahweh said to Samuel, listen to their voice and make them a king. Samuel said to the men of Israel, go you every man to his city. Okay. That's it.
Okay. I will notify you when the king has been rendered. Like, what?
Get out of here. I'll let you know.
I'm going to do some intense thinking about this.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow,
that was fun. That was it for the first chapter.
Jeez. Whoa. Wow.
Yeah, we've got some snappy chapters here. So
how's he going to generate a king from all that? Okay. All right.
I think we're going to find out right now.
All right, so 1 Samuel chapter 9. Now, there was a man of Benjamin whose name was Kish, the son of Abiel, the son of Zeror, the son of Bechorath, the son of Aphiah, the son of a Benjamite, a mighty man of valor. Okay. Now, that guy that I described to you, he had a son whose name was Saul.
Goodman.
Saul. Yeah, Saul.
A little
Goodman.
bit of a little bit of a bait and switch on who our main character for this chapter is actually going to be. He had a son whose name was Saul, a young man and a goodly, and there was not among the children of Israel a better person than he. From his shoulders and upward, he was higher than any of the people.
So he had a huge head?
He had
Just a gigantic
huge
head.
I think he's okay.
The tallest
His shoulders
head.
and upward.
Very long
So
legs. He was a giraffe.
The message
cool,
here says he had a son, Saul, a most handsome young man. He literally stood head and shoulders above the crowd. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
I
it's that
see.
he's tall.
That's pretty funny.
Okay. All right. So he's a tall boy. He's a tall, handsome man. Great. Okay. The donkeys of Kish, Saul's father, were lost. Uh-oh.
Wait, the donkeys? Oh, the donkeys
were-
were lost. I was
Yes.
like, all the donkeys in Kish were gone.
No. The donkeys
Just
that
these-
belonged to his father,
I
they
see.
got lost. We don't know why.
Sad.
We don't know how.
Unfortunate.
Kish said to Saul, his son, "Take now one of the servants with you, and arise, go seek the donkeys." He passed through the hill country of
Go
Ephraim
find them.
Sorry,
and
it's
passed
really
through
funny.
the land of Shalishah, but they didn't find them. Then they passed through the land of Shalim, and there they weren't there.
That's sad. All of this for donkeys? They're like, where are these
Yeah.
donkeys? Now I
It's
mean,
an
appreciate
important,
it.
I guess, an important asset back in the day. Important asset.
Asset. I saw what you did there.
That's
Well
good.
done.
Hey.
Good job.
good.
And he passed through the land of the Benjamites, but they didn't find them. When they had come to the land of Zuph, Saul said to his servant who was with him, "Come and let us return, lest my father leave off caring for the donkeys and be anxious for us."
Oh, I see.
Right. So
now we're just as lost as the donkeys. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
he said to him, "See now, there is in this city a man of God, and he is a man who is held in honor. All that he says comes surely to pass. Now let us go there. Peradventure," I think we got a drink for peradventure because
Oh, that's
just
yeah.
write
Let's add
that.
that to
It's
the
a
rules.
great,
yeah.
great word.
Okay, now let us go there. Peradventure he can tell us concerning our journey whereon we go. Then said Saul to his servant, "But, behold, if we go, what shall we bring the man? For the bread is spent in our vessels, and there's not a present to bring to the man of God. What have we?"
This feels like Animal Crossing, where like if you talk to any of your villagers who are really important, you have to bring them a
Right.
present. It's kind of,
Yeah.
but then sometimes you look in your pockets and you're like, crap, I have nothing good
You're
to
like,
give them.
I have a
here's the
stick
Do you
bug.
want exactly? I'm like, do you want this common butterfly? It's not very cool. That's kind of what I'm
Fortunately
thinking
for
of here.
Animal Crossing, usually they're like, "Yes, I love it. I'm going to put
I know,
it on
this
my
is
wall.
awesome.
This is awesome." Okay. Here's
Yeah.
800 bells because this is how friendship works.
Yeah, I'm going to pay you to be my friend.
Okay.
It's funny that they did that because in a lot of cultures, paying someone after they've given you a gift is a super insulting thing to
Oh,
do.
yeah,
so it is
for
weird
sure.
that they have that in the game. But I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
All right. The servant answered Saul again and said, "Behold, I have in my hand a common butterfly," and that's the best we got.
I have some weeds that I just picked up.
It's not that much better. He says, "Behold, I have in my hand the fourth part of a shekel of silver. That will I give to the man of God to tell us our way."
How much
I mean-
is that? It's like nothing.
Well, I don't know. Back then, it's not nothing entirely. It's something. It's some silver.
It's a little bit of silver, but for perspective, when we were making the jewelry and stuff for the Ark of the Covenant and the tabernacle and stuff, those were like many shekels worth of silver to make the different pieces. So I'd imagine this is a smallish amount
Yeah.
of silver.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not tabernacle worthy. No way.
All
Or
right.
Ark
So
of the Covenant worthy.
So that will I give to the man of God to tell us our way. And this is in parentheses. In earlier times in Israel, when a man went to inquire of God, thus he said, "Come and let us go to the seer. For he who is now called a prophet was before called a seer."
I love this
Cool.
little like side note. for
That's
the
really
reader.
random.
It's like a little footnote, some
Yeah.
ethnographic linguistic footnotes.
Okay.
Then said Saul to his servant, "Well said, come, let us go." Oh, they're buds. I like to believe
well
that
said,
over the
sir,
course
well
of
said.
Yeah, I like to believe that over the course of this whole journey trying to find these donkeys, they've really bonded, and maybe
sure.
it's, it's like a buddy movie where they've really had to question class divides and servanthood and,
right. I like
what
that.
really makes a man and what really makes honor and nobility and stuff like that. Anyway, that's the film that I'm going to be playing in my head.
That could be one of our like spin-off movies from the Drunk Bible Study movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Saul,
fun, yeah.
Saul and his servant.
I love
Yeah.
it.
I can't come up with a
that's
more catchy name. Okay.
We'll
So he's like,
workshop
well
it a
said.
little bit.
Well said. Come, let us go. So they went to the city where the man of God was. As they went up the ascent to the city, they found young maidens going out to draw water and said to
Oh.
them,
We
is
love
the
that.
seer here? Is the seer here? They answered.
Okay, yeah.
Is the seer here?
They answered them and said, He is. Behold, he is before you. Make haste now, for he has come today into the city. For the people have a sacrifice today in the high place. As soon as you are come into the city, you shall immediately find him, before he goes up to the high place to eat. For the people will not eat until he come, because he does bless the sacrifice, and afterwards they eat who are invited. Now therefore get you up, for at this
Wait, sorry,
time
they
you
eat
shall
that-
find
I
him.
know
Invited?
that sounded like they were going to eat the people who were invited to come.
Yeah, I was
the way that was written, and I was like, "Oh, I see. So they're cannibals. Cool.
cool.
I know. I think these ladies are just being really, really helpful and just being like, yeah, but you got to go now. He's going to be down below before he goes up to bless the sacrifice and eat. And then people are going to wait to eat until he's blessed the sacrifice. So if you get in now, you're going to get a
Right.
free meal out of this also. That's how I'm
Because he has to go.
interpreting it.
He blesses
I
it and
see.
eats his part, and then everyone gets to eat.
Yes.
I see.
Yes.
People are
So you
freaking
might-
out in the chat about casting right now.
Oh my
we need
gosh.
to cast
it's
Saul and
We
the
need-
sexy servant
And
And the
honestly,
ladies.
and all the
Well,
ladies.
actually, I need to
Ladies.
to
Yes.
rewind the tape for you guys a little bit that we never cast Eli or Samuel. Wait, we kind of cast them as Eli was Pedro Pascal as the Mandalorian, and therefore young Samuel was Baby Yoda.
Who turned into some other
Who turned
person.
into he grew up to somebody. So we did cast him as someone, but I don't know if I
Oh,
wrote it
did we?
down.
Yeah.
Yes, because it was like a weird. It was
If
a
somebody
weird,
remembers, tell us, because we don't.
because we made a joke about
mean-
the fact that it's going to cut from Baby Yoda to like a
To like
human
Brad Pitt or
actor.
something. Yeah.
Yes.
Someone did make a good point that he could just grow up into old Yoda, like the regular Yoda.
That's true.
I know
That's
that's like
true.
with the Star Wars timeline doesn't work, but with our casting works, I think.
Yeah.
If we're imagining that Baby Yoda is an actor playing the part of Samuel,
Then we may as well
Baby
cast
Yoda is
old
not
Yoda
old Yoda
as
but-
the actor.
no,
to
I know
be-
that's what I'm saying. They're actors, right? Baby Yoda is the actor playing young Samuel, and then old Yoda, original
Is
Yoda,
the actor
actual Yoda,
playing old soda? Old
is
soda.
the
Old
actor playing old. Yeah. No, I think it
Old
works.
Old soda and young soda.
Good old soda
Okay,
bread.
Who do we cast as Saul? They need to be tall.
They need
Like,
to be
who's a
tall, and they
Saul?
need to.
Tall.
They need to age
Like
well. I
Adam
was thinking-
Driver.
I
Okay.
will say yes to Adam Driver as Saul, because as we've seen with Kylo Ren, he can definitely really play that, like, maybe I'm good, maybe I'm bad, maybe I'm giving away a little bit of.
He was great at being good and great at being bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's a
Okay.
good looking guy.
Okay.
In a
Let's- I
weird
like
way.
that.
Yeah.
like
And
okay.
we are sort of keeping this whole chapter in the Star Wars universe too. So that's
Yeah.
good.
Oh, this is going to be super exciting now that I know that. Okay. All right. So they went up to the city, and as they came within the city, behold, Samuel came out toward them to go up to the high place. It was Samuel all along.
Of
Okay.
course it was.
So
Now-
old Yoda now is coming out, ready to walk up
Yes.
the hill to
Yes.
force bless the offerings. Okay.
Now,
I love it.
Yahweh had revealed to Samuel a day before Saul came, saying, Tomorrow, about this time, I will send you a man out of the land of Benjamin, and you shall anoint him to be prince over my people Israel, and he shall save my people out of the hand of the Philistines. For I have looked on my people, because their cry is come to me. Yep.
It sure
Okay.
is.
When Samuel saw Saul, oh boy, this is just a tongue twister. Okay.
Let's just paint a picture here. So this
Yes.
is old Yoda walking out,
And
he's
just
been
this
told before-
incredibly tall man. And this
tall,
incredibly
beautiful-
short man.
This incredibly beautiful Adam Driver. We'll have to really doll him up for this, so he's very handsome, right?
He's very handsome.
He'd been told that, that we would have a ruler, that Yahweh would send the ruler, and he like spots him across the way, and like it sort of goes vignette around him.
Like very Barbara Streisand filter.
Oh, see, I was thinking like in Wayne's World with the like.
Oh, when it's like Dreamweaver. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
See, I was thinking of like there were two suns like rising over Adam Driver in the background, and then he's walking in Tatooine like towards Baby Yoda / old Yoda's
and we have
house.
the J.J. Abrams lens flares.
Oh, for sure!
in,
Like just
from every
a trillion
direction.
lens flares like all over the place. I love it.
Perfect.
This is the best scene ever. Okay. When Samuel saw Saul, Yahweh said to him, "Behold, the man of whom I spoke to you, this same shall have authority over my people." Then Saul drew near to Samuel in the gate and said, "Tell me, please, where the seer's house is." Samuel answered Saul and said, "I am the seer. Go up before me to the high place, for you shall eat with me today, and in the morning I will let you go, and will tell you all that is in your heart."
Oh,
Could you try it again?
No.
But remembering
Jace.
that it's played by Yoda.
Okay, I cannot do a Yoda voice. It's just going to embarrass me. I can switch it to be like, "The seer I am. Before me to the high place go up, for eat with me you shall, and in the morning will I let you go." Like, I can do that.
that's pretty good. That was good.
So good.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Okay. As for your donkeys who were lost 3 days ago, don't set your mind on them. For they are found.
Oh, yay.
Yay.
That's great
He sees
news.
it all with the Force. He could tell where the donkeys were.
Now, is it like they're here, they're safe, or is it just like, I know through the Force, like, they're found, they're safe, don't worry about it. They're somewhere else, but we got more,
hard
we
to
got
say,
more bigger fish to fry right now.
Well, they came out on this journey to find the donkeys in the first place. So, yeah, I mean, I appreciate that he acknowledges the donkeys.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're important.
For whom is all that is desirable in Israel? Is it not for you and for all your father's house? Saul answered, "Am I not a Benjamite, of the smallest of the tribes of Israel? And my family the least of all the families of the tribe of Benjamin? Why then speak you to me after this manner?" Now, ironically,
Because I guess he's a
says,
good boy.
"Why are you talking to me like this?"
The message says that? Oh, my.
Yeah.
you're freaking me out, man.
Yeah.
Samuel took Saul and his servant and brought them into the guest chamber and made them sit in the best place among those who were invited, who were about 30 persons.
Wait, he just had like 30 people in his hut?
That were invited. The guest chamber, I'm like, is this the guest chamber of the tabernacle?
Maybe.
That's what I'm thinking.
How big? I thought the tabernacle wasn't that big.
I thought
it was pretty big.
We have to go back to the drawing board of figuring out how much a cubit is.
Oh gosh,
Okay.
let's
It's
not.
like
That's
one
more-
of these or something.
Yeah, that's much more math than I want to be doing right at this moment. Okay, so invites people, about 30 people are over.
Cool. This was way before social distancing was a thing.
Way thousands
Boy, howdy.
of years before.
Okay. Samuel said to the cook, "Bring the portion which I gave you, of which I said to you, set it by you."
What?
What does that mean?
What did you just say to me?
That is very Yoda. I like that. Bring the one I said to set before you. It is
Yes.
the one I said to set before you.
It is the one. This is the way. What does the message say?
Okay. The message says, he seated them at the head of the table. There were about 30 guests. Then Samuel directed the chef, "Bring the choice cut I pointed out to you, the one I told you to reserve." So it's
Okay,
like he
gotcha.
picked out the choicest
That
meat
special one.
So
that special
choice.
meat. Yes,
Yeah.
the choice special meat. Bring that meat. The cook took up the thigh and that which was on it and set it before Saul. Samuel said, "Behold, that which has been reserved. Set it before you and eat, because to the appointed time has it been kept for you. For I said, I have invited the people."
Okay, this
Wow,
is
what a-
Bless it.
Yoda is a perfect
Yeah,
casting.
I
truly.
think,
Very
yeah. I think we did well there.
Okay. Yeah. Do you need me to translate that with the message?
Please do. Please.
Okay. This is really good. the chef brought it and placed it before Saul with a flourish, saying, he like pulls off the like cover thing on the plate. This meal was kept aside just for you. Eat. It was especially prepared for this time and occasion with these guests.
See,
Wow.
this is a thing that like a vampire says to you when they've gotten you into their castle and they're like trying to calm you down and make you feel special. Like this is literally what a vampire says to you.
Yeah.
So you think Yoda's going to eat Adam Driver?
No, I don't think so. I just think that I understand if Saul/Adam Driver is feeling a little bit weirded out by all of this because
No, why are you talking to me like this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Anyway, so Saul ate with Samuel that day. When they were come down from the high place into the city, he talked with Saul on the housetop. Click, click, click.
I was just going to say that.
I love it. Oh my gosh. Thank you for the caroling reference.
Okay, so they talked on the housetop. They arose early, and it happened about the spring of the day that Samuel called to Saul on the housetop, click, 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 saying, Up, that I may send you away.
Get out of here. I didn't say you could stay all day.
I know I gave you the filet mignon, but now it's time for you to freaking
Skedaddle.
leave. Skedaddle. You've worn out your welcome. Okay. Saul arose, and they went out, both of them, he and Samuel, abroad. As they were going down at the end of the city, Samuel said to Saul, Bid the servant pass on before us. And he passed on, in parentheses, and he passed on. But stand you still first, that I may cause you to hear the word of God. So Samuel's going to prophesy to Saul. He's going to let him in on what the deal is. He's got to break it to him like, hey, so how do you feel about leading this entire nation?
So,
By the way, the chat is obsessed with the idea that this servant is played by sexy Jar Jar Binks.
No, oh gosh. I don't know about that.
Can we get anyone else? Like,
It may depend on what the servant does. If this servant does anything, makes any mistakes, or messes up in any way, then yes, Jar Jar Binks for sure. But if he just stays sexy, then I'm like, no, we got to find someone who's more appropriate.
yeah.
So that was the end of the chapter.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah, it's your turn,
Okay.
Jace.
Gosh, all right, here we go. Moving on to 1 Samuel chapter 10. Then Samuel took the vial of oil.
What? Just a
Whatever.
random vial of oil? It just appeared.
The vial of
Probably
oil.
the special one, the sanctified one, the one for...
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
okay.
That makes sense. Yeah, okay. He took the vial of oil and poured it on his head and kissed him.
Ooh. Yeah.
Whoa.
No, I'm picturing Yoda
Hot.
kissing Adam Driver is going to be a logistical problem, but
Yeah.
He has the
for
force,
sure.
though. He can float. He can float. It's okay.
Yeah, he just
Oh,
floats
yeah.
up and you know,
okay.
gets right in there.
And said, Isn't it that Yahweh has appointed you to be prince over his inheritance? When you are departed from me today, then you shall find 2 men by Rachel's tomb in the
Wait,
border.
that Rachel?
Yeah, that Rachel. It's got to be.
The old Rachel, the OG Rachel, yes.
Huh.
In the border of Benjamin at Zelzah. And they will tell you, the donkeys which you went to seek are found. And behold, your father has left off caring for the donkeys and is anxious for you, saying, What shall I do for my son? So to answer our question from earlier, he wasn't saying we have your donkeys. He was saying the force has told me where they are. I know that they're with these people at Rachel's tomb.
Is the
So,
force
okay.
God
Yes. In
Well,
this
yes,
instance, I guess the force
obviously.
is... Yeah.
in all the instances? Is it God?
It could be.
Okay.
In all what? In what? What are you talking about?
I just mean, like, is it an allegory for God?
Oh, I see. You're talking about in Star Wars.
Yeah.
I don't know. That you'll have
I
to
don't
ask
know.
George.
Yeah. Ask George.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know him personally, but sure.
Really?
I'll try to get a hold of him.
I thought we were all best buds. Okay. Okay. So he said not only he's doing the good like fortune teller thing where he's like, not only am I telling you where your donkeys are, but also saying you were right to fear that your father would now not be worrying about the donkeys and is worrying about you. Okay. Then shall you go on forward from there, and you shall come to the oak of Tabor, and there shall meet you 3 men going up to God to
Okay.
Bethel.
I'm going to jump in again because, as
Of
people
course.
point out in the chat, this is very much like an RPG quest chain,
Ah,
right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
But also, like, some of the most specific fortune telling that we've ever gotten in the Bible. Right?
Is it?
Like, he's.
the most? I mean, I don't know. Well, maybe, yeah, because
Well, I feel like a lot of times, like with the prophecy that was given to Eli, right? That it's like,
it's a little all-encompassing. This is like, you're going to do this, and then this is going to happen, and then that's
right,
going to
this
happen.
is so step by step. Like, you're going to meet two guys at this exact place, and then you're going to go to this other place, and you're going to meet three guys. You know, it's like, it's way more specific than, there's no like sort of vague, and then a great thing shall come to pass, and you shall meet an important person.
And
it's
it is different from like, I guess I'll lay out my sheepskin and see if it's wet or not, and then determine that
right.
will,
Yeah,
that will
that's
tell me
true.
what to do. Huh.
It's like
Alright.
Samuel's finally someone who's like actually speaking to Yahweh again, as opposed to kind of in the meantime where we've been having to guess a lot since Moses.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Okay. So there you shall meet you 3 men going up to God to Bethel, one carrying 3 kids, meaning goatees, and another carrying 3 loaves of bread, and another carrying a bottle of wine.
Mm.
Oh, they're
These
ready
guys
for
are
a
gonna
party.
have a great
Heck
time.
yes.
Yeah. And they will greet you and give
I
you
love how
2...
greet is like in capitals.
Yeah,
It's like,
Emily, don't read
greet
along.
you.
You're breaking the
Yeah,
rules.
Emily, you're not supposed to be
Not
reading
allowed.
along.
Sorry, it helps me.
Okay. And they will greet you and give you 2 loaves of bread, which you shall receive of their hand. See what I mean? Like, so specific. After that, you shall come to the hill of God, where the garrison, After that, you shall come to the hill of God, where is the garrison of the Philistines? It is Yoda. It really is Yoda. And it shall happen, when you are come there to the city, that you shall meet a band of prophets.
A wandering
That's
band
like
of boys.
I love it.
I'm trying to think of like a band of
Prophets.
Like a
It's
band
like
name.
a band name. Yeah.
It is a
band
good
of
band
horses,
name.
but it's band of prophets. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Band of prophets coming down from the high place with a psaltery. Is that
What?
songs? Like psalms?
Oh,
A
is it with a P?
psaltery.
Like a psalter? A psaltery?
A psaltery.
Oh, I thought
What's
that
a
you were. It was like
psaltery?
they like have fun salts, like
It's
Himalayan
an
pink
ancient,
sea salts and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
It's an ancient and medieval musical instrument like a dulcimer, but played by plucking the strings with the fingers or a plectrum.
What's
So-
a dulcimer in the first place?
A dulcimer is like a little harp. You know, like the auto harp thing that they play in Best in Show, and they played it also in Arrested
You mean in-
Development.
A mighty wind.
No, I'm talking about when they do the "God loves a terrier."
Oh, yes,
She's
yes,
playing
yes,
the little
yes.
All right,
auto
that's
harp.
Yes,
dulcimer.
yes.
Okay.
So a dulcimer is like that, but you hit it with hammers. So it's like bing,
Okay.
ding, 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 ding. It's
But-
got an interesting little
But
sound.
the psaltery is like a dulcimer, but you pluck it, or with your fingers, or with a thingy.
Yeah,
plectrum.
it seems a lot like an auto harp, but without the auto part of it, where you're actually just like plucking the strings that you want.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, so they're singing "God Loves a Terrier."
Yes, he does.
Going down the mountain.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay, down from the high place with a psaltery and a tambourine and a pipe and a harp before them. So the whole band. They really were a band of prophets. Okay.
I love it.
And they will be prophesying, and the Spirit of Yahweh will come mightily on you.
Whoa.
And you shall prophesy with them, and
Whoa.
shall be turned into another man.
Wait,
Whoa.
what?
Wow.
This is
They're going to
super
turn into
exciting.
an entirely different person?
Saul is going to turn into a new man, whether that's literally a different man or just metaphorically a new man.
They're
So
gonna rock so hard, it's gonna slap so good that they're
Yeah.
just gonna. Oh my goodness, this is super exciting! I don't remember any of this from
I don't
Sunday
either.
school.
This
I don't
is
remember this
awesome.
wandering band of prophets. This is amazing.
Okay.
Wow.
Continuing on with this prophecy. Let it be. Let it be. There's
So
lots of
they're the
band references
Beatles,
in this.
basically.
Let it be when these signs are come to you that you do as occasion shall serve you, for God is with you. Okay. A little, he's like, okay, you were real specific before it. Now, okay. You shall go down before me to Gilgal, and behold, I will come down to you to offer burnt offerings and to sacrifice sacrifices of peace offerings. 7 days shall you wait until I come to you and show you what you shall do. It was so.
So hang on. I need to review.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So Saul's going to go. He's going to find those 3 dudes that have goats, bread, wine. They're going to give him some of that bread at the very least.
Yep.
Then he's going
two
to
loaves.
find the wandering band of prophets. They're going to jam. They're going to have a jam sesh. Saul's going to do some ecstatic dance and really get transformed. And then he's going to have to wait, and then Samuel's going to come meet him to do some sacrifices together.
Yes. Yeah, you'll go down to Gilgal after that and wait 7 days, and we're going to do some dope sacrifices. And I'll show you
Smoke
what to do
some
then.
DMT, like
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I was going to
okay.
say, this sounds like a great, like, really transformative
yeah.
music festival / just like
No,
tripping
exactly.
balls kind of weekend.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Very mind expanding. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
It was so that when he had turned his back to go from Samuel, God gave him another heart.
What? That
colon,
sounds
and all those
painful.
signs happened that day. So
Oh, wow.
and it did come true.
So he
Give
got
him-
him
so
a
his
heart
heart-
container. A heart container.
Oh, you're right.
It's an RPG.
Oh,
Mm,
sweet.
yeah, okay.
Okay, so it's like he defeated a boss, or maybe he had to
Yeah.
like pick up 4 heart pieces, and now
Yeah,
he has the
something
new heart
like that.
container.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. It's funny because when he said he got another heart, I was thinking more like the Grinch with his heart growing 3 sizes that day.
Yeah.
It was-
Maybe that
yeah.
too. Maybe
And I
that.
was thinking of Indiana Jones, where they like grab the heart, Kalima style, and then maybe put it into another person, and then gave him the heart, like dragon
Oh, I
heart
see.
style. Yeah.
Okay, took someone else's heart and gave it to him. Okay, cool. Yeah, all those are great. When they came there to the hill, behold, a band of prophets met him, and the Spirit of God came mightily on him, and he prophesied
Again?
among them. Now this is the actual. Before was the prophecy.
Okay.
Now
Oh,
it's-
I see. So none of
real.
that happened. He was just like talking about it potentially happening, and now it is happening.
Now it's happening.
correct.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
It happened when all who knew him before saw that, behold, he prophesied with the prophets. Then the people said to one another, what is this that is come to the son of Kish? Is Saul also among the prophets?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. One of the same place answered, who is their father? Therefore, it became a proverb. Is Saul also among the prophets?
Oh,
That classic
that's a proverb. That's a
What?
proverb.
Wait, what's a proverb? Like John 3:16?
No,
No.
you couldn't be more wrong.
We're going to get to a whole book of them eventually.
Proverb. It's like a. What's a synonym for a proverb? Like so I can only think of the Japanese word, a kotowaza, like a saying, like an idiom.
Oh, just like that. Okay, I was thinking of it more in like the biblical sense of like, I don't know.
Well, yeah, that's
Well,
where our modern day sense came
Sense
from.
of proverb is
yeah.
like it's an idiom that usually contains a lesson within
Oh,
it.
I see. Okay.
You know?
Yes, somebody just said the bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush, that sort of thing.
Exactly,
Okay, yeah.
that's a proverb.
Like a saying, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
and that's
I mean-
actually from the show we just did, yes. Uh-huh.
Okay,
But I'm
let me-
gonna write that down for us to look up in the bonus content of that proverb of what was it? Is Saul also among the prophets or something like that?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I know.
let me read you from the message here just to
Okay.
get a sense of this. But yeah, write that down for the bonus when we do that. Okay, so
Okay, so not John 3:16.
So no, that's not a proverb. Okay. So in the message, they were totally surprised. What's going on here? What's come over the son of Kish? How on earth did Saul get to be a prophet? One man spoke up and said, who started this? Where did these people ever come from? and then it says, that's how the saying got started. Saul among the prophets? Who would have guessed? interrobang at the end of that, by the way.
An interrobang. Okay, so because that was my next question. It was like, okay, it became a proverb, but what's like the meaning behind the proverb? What are we trying to convey? Is it the like, what are they going to think
what
of
do they
next?
think of next? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
I say
okay.
yes.
Oh, man.
So that old proverb, is Saul also among the prophets? When he had made an end of prophesying, he came to the high place. I thought he had been at the high place, if you know what I mean.
He's been
seriously.
high for a while.
Yeah. Okay. Saul's uncle said to him and to his servant, "Where went you?" He said, "To seek the donkeys."
Oh,
And
the servant's been gone this whole time?
Well, yeah, because he sent the servant ahead.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
So, okay, yeah, sorry. Cut.
Wow.
Now this is Saul's servant who's returned home before Saul has. Okay. got
Okay.
it.
I feel like so much has happened since we last saw the servants.
This is a lot. Okay. So the servants arrived home. Saul's uncle said to him, and to his servant. No, they've both arrived home now. So I think we fast forwarded to being home. He said, "Where went you?" He said, this meaning Saul, "To seek the donkeys, bro. And when we saw that they were not found, we came to Samuel." Saul's uncle said,
Oh, okay. I got it.
"What?" Yeah, okay. Okay, cool. So Saul said, "We went and we saw Samuel." Saul's uncle said, "Tell me, please, what Samuel said to you." Saul said to his uncle, "He told us plainly that the donkeys were found. But concerning the matter of the kingdom whereof Samuel spoke, he didn't tell him." So he didn't tell him he was going to be king.
So he didn't tell him he was about to be king of like everyone and everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Samuel called the people together to Yahweh, to Mizpah. Okay, I guess Yahweh's having a conference at Mizpah, press release. So Samuel called everyone around. Okay. And he said to the children of Israel, "Thus says Yahweh, the God of Israel, I brought up Israel out of Egypt, and I delivered you out of the hands of the Egyptians."
Okay, I think we got a drink for that.
Drink
Anytime
for
Yahweh is a parent
Yeah.
guilting their children about how much they've done for them.
Is this not like constantly? This is like
Yeah,
the
it's
whole
constantly. But the
thing.
Egyptians
It's been a little
thing
while since we've
specifically.
gotten the reminder about the Egyptians, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, we did just get it a couple chapters ago, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Before today, it's been a little while.
Okay.
And I delivered you out of the hand of the Egyptians and out of the hand of all the kingdoms that oppressed you. But you have this day rejected your God, who himself saves you out of all your calamities and your distresses. And you have said to him, "No, but set a king over us." Now, therefore, present yourselves before Yahweh by your tribes and by your thousands.
Oh no, is this guy is Saul gonna be like killed or something? Oh no.
Well, but stay tuned. I mean, yeah, that'd be cool. He won't, but that'd be cool.
Oh,
so
okay.
Samuel,
I was worried that like that God was gonna like make an example out of him or something.
And, sorry, who did we cast as Saul? Adam Driver. Right?
Adam Driver. How could you?
Now that I'm remembering, yeah, this is perfect. The casting is perfect. This is so good. This is so good. Okay.
Okay.
So Samuel brought all the tribes of Israel near, and the tribe of Benjamin was taken. What? What is that? I'm looking that up in the message.
What did they take everyone?
After Samuel got all the tribes of Israel lined up, the Benjamin tribe was picked. I see. So like everyone gathered around and he pulled out, he said, "Benjamites, come over here." I see. Okay. He brought the tribe of Benjamin nearby their families, and the family of the Matrites was taken. The Metachlorians, okay. And the family of the Matrites was taken. And Saul, the son of Kish, was taken. But when they sought him, he could not be found.
So what happened to him?
I don't know. Therefore, they asked of Yahweh further, "Is there yet a man to come here? Has someone not shown up yet?" Yahweh
Where
answered,
is this man? Who is this man?
Yahweh answered, "Behold, he has hid himself among the baggage."
Oh, well.
What?
That's weird, but okay. Like, whatever.
Also,
bro.
remember, this is The Rock playing Yahweh, right? So
Yes.
Okay.
So like
He
a
has
stowaway.
hid himself among the baggage. Yes. They ran and fetched him there. And when he stood among the people, he was higher than any of the people from his shoulders and upward. Samuel said to all the people, "You see him whom Yahweh has chosen, that there is none like him among all the people?" And all the people shouted and said, "Long live the king!" Then Samuel told the people the manner of the kingdom and wrote it in a book because he knew they weren't paying attention. And wrote it in a book and laid it up before Yahweh. Samuel sent all the people away, every man to his house. Saul also went to his house, to Gibeah, and there went with him the host, whose hearts God had touched. But certain worthless fellows said,
Oh.
Oof. Mm.
So we're okay. Now we've cut to like an alleyway with like silhouetted characters, right?
Silhouetted worthless fellows.
How shall this man save us? They despised him and brought him no presents.
Oh.
But he held his peace. Okay, it wasn't as sinister as I was hoping it would be.
They brought him no presents. Jeez.
Yeah, no prezzies.
Isabel's
No
going to get a
prezzies.
talking to
Yeah.
about these guys.
And that's the end of chapter 10.
What? Okay, Jace, what actually happened? What happened?
Yeah, seriously, I don't know what
Tell
happened.
me what actually happened, because I got lost.
Okay, so Saul went to Samuel because he was like,
Yes.
"Hey, we'll go to the soothsayer, to the enchanter, and he'll tell us where, right? Like where the donkeys are." Not only does he tell him where
Yes.
the donkeys are, but he also says you're going to be king, and he gives him this whole prophecy.
Yeah, I
Apparently,
got
the
that.
thing with the 2 loaves of bread never really amounted to anything. But
Oh yeah,
he
we never
did
really
find
heard about that. Well, there was kind of
Yeah.
that coverall statement that was like, and all those things happened as well.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
just that there was no significance to any of that.
Mm-hmm.
But all the
And
prophecies,
so-
they all happened.
So he went and he tripped
Right.
out with the band of prophets.
Yep.
That was
he
awesome.
prophesied.
Then what happened?
Everyone around was like, "Whoa!" He got a new heart. He the new saying was born. Saul's a prophet now. What next? What do they think of next? And then he comes back home, doesn't tell anyone, waits there 7 days, and then Samuel shows up and is like, "Ba-bum, the tall guy. He's the king," and everyone's like, "Wow, this is amazing," except for the sinister ones,
The worthless
Okay.
ones.
the worthless ones. Yeah.
No,
Okay, they're probably going to die.
Well, but can you
Yes.
consult the message and tell us, like, what did they actually say? Did they actually say something
Okay.
sinister?
Here's the message, how it ended. It said, "But the riffraff went off muttering."
Street rat, I don't buy that. Sorry.
They went off muttering, "Deliverer? Don't make me laugh." They held him in contempt and refused to congratulate him. But Saul paid them no mind.
This makes sense to me, and it makes sense why Saul would pay them no mind. It's like, everyone, you get a new
Everyone's gotta
leader,
have
there's always going to be
critics,
some, everyone's going to have some critics, exactly.
Now, before we move on to chapters 11 and 12, we want to take a quick moment to talk about how you can support this show.
Okay, just so you know, gang, we're already at an hour, and we still got 2
I
more
told you it was a
chapters
lot.
to go.
I told you it
Now,
was
oh
a lot.
boy. Okay,
It's a
I'm going to
lot.
try to breeze through this one. This is 1 Samuel chapter 11. So, yeah, this is just a long-o today. Okay. Then Nahash the Ammonite came up and encamped against Jabesh Gilead, and all the men of Jabesh said to Nahash, "Make a covenant with us, and we will serve you." Nahash the Ammonite said to them, "On this condition will I make it with you, that all your right eyes be put out, and I will lay
Whoa.
it for a reproach on all of Israel." What? That sounds like a terrible, terrible
That's
thing
not
to
a good
do.
deal. It's
No,
a good
not at
deal.
all. Ouch, goodness. The elders of Jabesh said to him, "Give us 7 days respite, that we may send messengers to all the borders of Israel, and then if there be none to save us, we will come out to you." Then came the messengers to Gibeah of Saul and spoke these words in the ears of the people, and all the people lifted up their voices and wept.
Yeah,
What?
seriously.
There's a lot going on right now. Behold, Saul came following the oxen out of the field, and Saul said, What ails the people that they weep? They told him the words of the men of Jabesh. The Spirit of God came mightily on Saul when he heard those words, and his anger was kindled greatly.
Here comes the lightsaber.
Here we go. He took a yoke of oxen and cut them in pieces, and sent them throughout all the borders of Israel by the hand of messengers, saying, whoever doesn't come forth after Saul and after Samuel, so shall it be done to his oxen. I guess it's better than the woman that they cut up and sent to everyone.
Yeah, I'd say arguably better.
Yeah.
But I'm still not okay with it, clearly. The dread of Yahweh fell on the people, and they came out as one man. He numbered them in Bezek? And the children of Israel were 300,000, and the men of Judah 30,000. They said to the messengers who came, thus shall you tell the men of Jabesh Gilead, tomorrow by the time the sun is hot, you shall have deliverance. The messengers came and told the men of Jabesh, and they were glad. I also have no idea what's happening. What is happening? Will somebody tell me?
Well, so the Ammonites were attacking whatever the city is, Jabesh,
Gilead?
Jabesh Gilead, yeah.
Yeah.
They were attacking them. And the people of Jabesh Gilead were like, can we make a treaty with you? We'll be your slaves. It's fine.
And he's like,
the Ammonites,
we gotta poke out your eyes.
Yeah, you gotta all poke out your eyes, and then we'll have you as slaves, I guess. And so they send message about this, and they have a week. And Saul hears, and he's like, heck no. Yeah. And he drafts an army. He sends out all these ox parts everywhere and is like, join the army. Uncle Sam needs you. If you don't, also I will cut up all your oxen. So then all the people show up, and now they tell the people of Jabesh Gilead, hey, we have an army now. And then they're like, yay.
Cool. They were glad. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's where we're at.
Okay,
cool.
Now. Yeah.
Thank you. That makes a lot more sense. Therefore the men of Jabesh said, tomorrow we will come out to you, and you shall do with us all that seems good to you. It was so on the next day that Saul put the people in 3 companies, and they came into the midst of the camp in the morning watch and struck the Ammonites until the heat of the day, and it happened that those who remained were scattered, so that no 2 of them were left together. All right?
Great.
The buddy system failed.
Yeah, I guess so. None of them, no 2 were together. The people said to Samuel, who is he who said, shall Saul reign over us? Bring the men that we may put them to death. Saul said, there shall not be a man to put. I don't know. The people said to Samuel,
are these the worthless people? I think now that Saul's had his first victory.
Yeah.
I think that now that Saul's had his first victory, people are like, hey, let's find all the doubters and kill them.
I guess you can make that assumption, but it just
sense.
Literally says the people, whoever these people are, said to Samuel, who is he who said, shall Saul reign over us? Bring the men that we may put them to death.
I see. See, that was confusing because I thought it was like, who are the ones who said he should rule over us? But it's more, who are the ones who said sarcastically, should Saul reign over us? See, it's a little unclear.
Oh, yeah. Now I get what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
So who are the people who said that? Because those people who said that, we're going to put them to death. I get it now.
The doubters.
Okay. The doubters. Saul said, there shall not a man be put to death this day. For today Yahweh has worked deliverance in Israel. Dang, I like this boy. Saul
seems great.
Yeah, he's very nice. He's not just going to kill people left and right. Then said Samuel to his people, come and let us go to Gilgal and renew the kingdom there. All the people went to Gilgal, and there they made Saul king before Yahweh in Gilgal. And there they offered sacrifices of peace offerings before Yahweh. And there Saul and all the men of Israel rejoiced greatly. The end.
Yay.
Except for we have Samuel 12.
Yes. Okay, last chapter of today, Samuel 12. I happened to glance at the message, and it has a chapter heading for this one. And it's in quotes, don't chase after ghost gods.
So that's what I'm always saying.
What's a ghost god?
I don't know.
What?
We'll find out. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Here it is. Last chapter of today, Samuel 12. Samuel said to all Israel, Behold, I have listened to your voice in all that you have said to me, and have made a king over you. Sorry, that was really confusing.
Yeah,
I've listened to your
It's
they talk
Yoda.
weirdly.
That's why.
No, it's
Right,
not Yoda.
okay.
Oh, no,
No,
it is
it
Yoda.
is. It's Samuel,
It is Yoda.
yeah.
It is Yoda. Okay.
Right, so Samuel said to everyone, "Listened to your voice I have, in all that you have said to me, and made a king over you I have. Now, behold, the king walks before you, and I am old and gray-headed," actually green. "And behold, my sons are with you, and I have walked before you from my youth to this day. Here I am, witness against me before Yahweh and before his anointed. Whose ox have I taken? Or whose donkey have I taken? Or, this is getting real wild. Or whom have I defrauded? Whom have I oppressed? Or of whose hand have I taken a ransom to blind my eyes therewith? And I will restore it you."
Oh.
What?
I mean, is he's basically giving people the opportunity to, like, say, like,
Speak
you've
up.
wronged me in this way, Samuel, so give me back X, Y, and Z thing. But
Yeah,
they're probably
I
going to
think
be like,
so.
"You're cool, bro. Don't worry."
It's okay.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, actually, continuing on, they said, "You have not defrauded us, nor oppressed us, neither have you taken anything of any man's hand."
Oh,
He said to them,
"Because you're Yoda.
he said
and
to
you're
them,
cool."
"Yahweh is witness against you, and his appointed is witness this day, that you have not found anything in my hand." I feel like he's gonna. But what
Okay.
about this bunny rabbit that I've pulled out? Yeah.
But is this your card?
They said, "He is witness."
Can I
that
get a
must have been
witness?
their version of "This is the way." So he is witness.
Wait, well, I don't know that reference, but okay.
This is the way. This
Emily.
is the
Like-
way.
Did
This
you
is
not
the
watch
way.
The Mandalorian? This
Oh,
is the
no,
way.
I
This is
have.
the way.
Oh, that way. This way, that way. Mandalorian way. Cool, I got it now.
Okay.
This is the way. I am Pedro
Samuel-
Pascal.
Yes. Samuel said to the people, "It is Yahweh who appointed Moses and Aaron, and that brought your fathers up out of the land of Egypt. Now, therefore, stand still, that I may plead with you before Yahweh concerning all the righteous acts of Yahweh, which he did to you and to your fathers. When Jacob..." There we
There
go.
we go. We got
We
it.
finally got it. It's back.
Finally got it.
"When Jacob was come into Egypt, and your fathers cried to Yahweh, then Yahweh sent Moses and Aaron, who brought forth your fathers out of Egypt, drink, and made them to dwell in this place. But they forgot Yahweh their God, and he sold them into the hands of Sisera." Squish.
Pop.
Sisera.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Sold them into the
How
hand
much
of
pop?
Sisera.
How much? Just wait. Just how much pop culture can we inject into the Bible? Just
Right?
How
That's
much?
the
So
entire
it's just
the entire thing is pop
full to
culture.
bustin'.
You know
Yeah.
what? For decades now, people have been trying to make the Bible relatable and like
It's true.
relevant to pop culture, and I think we're finally achieving it.
Give ourselves that
Fair.
much credit. Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
And like all the other attempts, this will instantly become dated within 5 years. Okay. But they forgot Yahweh their God, and he sold them into the hands of Sisera, captain of the host of Hazor, and into the hand of the Philistines, and into the hand of the king of Moab, and
Whoa.
they fought against them.
Wait,
So,
so,
yeah,
they're
just all
back.
the-
They're back
they're,
fighting
he's just
Philistines
backtracking.
again.
I think this
Or-
is, he's
or
recapping.
no, or he's recounting. Okay,
We're
yeah,
having
sorry.
yet
Yeah.
another
Yeah.
recap because
Okay.
we haven't
Right.
had enough
Yes.
of those in this book so far.
Okay.
Right. Okay. They cried to Yahweh, and he said, They cried to Yahweh and said, "We have sinned because we have forsaken Yahweh and have served the Baals," played by Christian Bale, "and the Ashtaroth," played by Beyonce, "and now deliver us out of the hand of our enemies, and we will serve you." Yahweh sent Jerubbaal and
Jerubbaal,
Bedan
yeah.
and Jephthah and Samuel and delivered you out of the hands of your enemies on every side, and you lived in safety. When you saw that Nahash, the king of the children of Ammon, came against you, you said to me, 'No, but a king shall reign over us.'
Goodness.
When Yahweh your God was your king." He still doesn't love this plan.
Yeah, I think he definitely doesn't love that.
"Now, therefore, see the king whom you have chosen, and whom you have asked for, and behold, Yahweh has set a king over you. If you will fear Yahweh..." It does seem
There's
like he's
definitely
setting up.
Make
tension.
it, yeah, but this guy seems cool, but like, is he not going to be cool?
But that's what I think is interesting about casting Adam Driver, because he has also that ambiguous, like, are you a good guy or not? I think this is really good. This is some of our better work. Okay. If you will fear Yahweh and serve him and listen to his voice and not rebel against the commandment of Yahweh, and both you and also the king who reigns over you are followers of Yahweh your God, in brackets, well. But if you will not listen to the voice of Yahweh, but rebel against the commandment of Yahweh, then will the hand of Yahweh be against you as it was against your fathers. Classic, the carrot and the stick. Yeah. Now, therefore, stand still and see this great thing which Yahweh will do before your eyes. Isn't it wheat harvest today?
What? Is he going to make wheat
He's
happen?
He's like a magician. He's really like a showman. I love it.
Who goddess?
He's like pulling a David
Samuel.
Copperfield
Who
where
is
he's like
this?
Samuel,
revealing
yeah.
he's like revealing a whole field of wheat that just magically
Right?
appeared
now
out of
for
nowhere.
my final trick as a
Yeah.
human, I'm going to do this stuff.
Okay. Isn't it wheat harvest today? And then I'm imagining music plays right then, right? Like,
Yeah,
okay.
the final countdown starts playing.
I will call to Yahweh that he may send thunder and rain, and you shall know and see that your wickedness is great, which you have done in the sight of Yahweh in asking you a king.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Super not into this.
He's
No,
really
jeez. What is happening?
So Samuel called to Yahweh, and Yahweh sent thunder and rain that day, and all the people greatly feared Yahweh and Samuel. All the people said to Samuel, "Pray for your servants to Yahweh your God, that we not die, for we have added to all our sins this evil to ask us a king."
Oh boy, they're super gonna die.
Samuel said to the people, "Don't be afraid. You have indeed done all this evil. Yet don't turn aside from following Yahweh, but serve Yahweh with all your heart. And don't turn aside." Did I say that already? Don't
Yes.
turn aside. For then you would go after vain things which can't profit nor deliver, for they are vain. For Yahweh will not forsake his people, for his great name's sake, because it has pleased Yahweh to make you a people to himself. Moreover, as for me, far be it from me that I should sin against Yahweh in ceasing to pray for you. But I will instruct you in the good and the right way. Only fear Yahweh and serve him in truth with all your heart, for consider how great things he has done for you. But if you shall do so wickedly, you shall be consumed, both you and your also king. Both you and your king.
And your king, right.
Yes,
Yeah,
you shall be
Kinnigus.
consumed,
Yeah.
both you and your king.
Wow,
Jeez.
that was
That was it. That's the
a
end.
lot.
So
Holy
that was
cow.
the end.
Yes.
So what was the point of that? It was like it didn't take things so far that like we remove the king and we're like, yeah, it was evil of you to even want a king, so we're gonna kill a bunch of you and we're gonna kill the king also, so that you know that it was dumb and evil and awful for you to want that.
Have a king, yeah.
And
Yeah.
yet Samuel was just like, yeah, it's evil, but we're still gonna do it. Just know that you should follow Yahweh and stuff like that. And like, and I'm gonna scare you with thunder so that you know that you were wrong to ask for this. We're still gonna do it, but just know that you were wrong. Like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds
weird.
it sounds like something that, I don't know, like a parent might do to their kid. Be like, we're still going to do it, but I want you to know that, like, in doing it, we're doing the wrong thing or something.
But as soon as we come back from vacation, you're going to be grounded.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, see, I was thinking it was more like we're getting a dog, but I told you that once it actually comes to cleaning up after the dog, you're not going to like it so much, but we're going to do it anyway so that you learn your lesson about responsibility.
And then when you complain to me about having to get up and clean after the dog, then, then you're going to know that this is what I said. And thunderstorm.
Yes.
But everyone will still be fine and it'll be okay. But, well, yeah, I'm just wondering, like, okay, so he's saying all this, but is this, in essence, a prophecy for what is about to come? And, like, actually having a king is going to be really bad.
It seems like it might be, doesn't it?
Yeah. I guess.
Well, I don't want to give away any spoilers, but, like, I will say, as Jace was saying, the casting of Adam Driver, because Saul is going to become a little bit more morally ambiguous as we
such a good casting.
Along.
I love this casting so much now that
you all know
this.
way more than me, so I'll just have to take your word for it. All right.
Everybody, thank you for joining us for Bible study today. If you want even more Drunk Bible Study, including ad-free episodes, early releases, personal toasts on the show, and more, become one of our patrons at patreon.com/drunkbiblestudy. If you enjoy the show, take a moment to tell us what you like about it by leaving it a review on iTunes or Stitcher. You can also join fellow listeners in the Drunk Bible Study Fans and Fellowship Facebook group. Join us on Twitter at Drunk Bible Cast, on Instagram at Drunk Bible Study, or send us an email to info@drunkbiblestudy.com. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next week.